Let us start one more method in numerical method where we will solve differential equation. The method is known as modified Euler's method. Now what exactly is this? Before applying or using this method, first let us understand what will be the format of question. See, in question they will give you a differential equation dy by dx is function of x comma y. Okay. Also along with this, they'll give some initial condition f of x0 is equal to y0. Means when x is equal to x0, y value is equal to y0. It is not necessary that x0 will always be 0. In most of the cases it is 0, but it is not a compulsion. Okay. Now they will ask you find y. Okay. At particular x. Now in few questions they will define h, which is the step size, and in few questions they will not define h. You have to take or decide h depending upon where you are finding out the value, how much time you have for the question, and what are the marks allotted to the question. Okay, why I am telling this? Because basically what exactly we are doing, see, you can understand the method in tabular form. You will have x value, you will have y value, and you will be modifying the value twice. If in exam you don't have the time and they have not mentioned anything, you can modify it only once also. Now in the question they are giving x0 is the first value of x and y0 is the first value of y. Let me take some numbers so it will be better for you to understand. Suppose I am giving f of 0 is equal to 1. So here I will change this value. X0 is equal to 0 because here it is 0. And y0 is equal to 1 because here it is 1. Okay, so this is the initial condition given. And suppose I am asking you answer, find x at say 0.4. Right, now suppose it is a 5 marker question. In that case you can take h is equal to 0.4 only. But now suppose, or you take 0.2 better. Okay, suppose it is 0.2. X is equal to 0.2. I have to find out answer at 0.2. So now how I can go from 0 to 0.2? See, one method is I can do x1 is equal to 0.1, x2 is equal to 0.2. Okay, I will find out y1 and I will modify that value to get y dash. Again I will modify that value to get y double dash. This value of y double dash will be my final y1. So here I got a raw value of y1 which I have modified twice to get the best value of y1. Now in the next step, I'll find out y2 and I'll modify it twice. So this modified value will be my final y2 value. Now in this case, when I'm going from 0 to 0.2, what is the step size? 0.1. That's why h is equal to 0.1. I can also do it like this: x, y, y dash and y double dash, where x0 is equal to 0, okay, y0 is equal to 1, then x1 is equal to 0.2 and y1 is equal to, we will find out and we will modify it twice. That will be my answer. So this is, I finished the question in one stage, and here I have finished the question in two stage. Obviously when h is small, means number of stages are more, answer is more accurate. Okay, but here since these methods are made for the computers and the programs, so we prefer to take h very small when we write the program to get maximum accuracy. But when you are doing manually, depending upon the number of marks and as per mentioned in the question, you should pick up. If it is a 5 marker only and they have not mentioned anything, you can definitely go for it. But if it is for more marks, suppose 8 marks, then instead of doing in one stage, you prefer to do it in 2 stages. So this is how the flow will be. Now how I will get the value of y1 and y2, that I will explain. Suppose first stage I am doing. Okay. So always write down what is your x0, what is your y0 and what is your function. Okay. Now y1, for y1 I am applying Euler's formula. This is Euler's formula. y1 is equal to y0 plus h of f of x0 y0. This will give me the value of y1. Okay. So in your table you can fill your y1 here. Whatever y1 will come, you will fill here. Okay. Now my job is to modify this value. So I will do first modification. Now when you are doing first modification, the formula will be y1 dash. y1 dash doesn't mean the derivative, it is first modification. Now remember, it is y0 only. Don't write it y1, okay? Plus h by 2 in bracket f of x0 y0 plus f of x1 y1. Okay, this is the first modification formula. If you are doing second modification, formula is y1 double dash is equal to y0 plus h by 2 f of x0 y0 plus f of x1 y1 dash. Okay. So this is how I will modify it 2 times. Now if you are going to the second stage, this will be the one set, okay? This will be the first stage. So now if you want to go to the second stage, what I will do in second stage, I will write, in place of x0, I will write x1, y1 and f of xy. And then my formula will become y2 is equal to y1 plus h f of x1 y1. Okay, so wherever I have written 0, it will become 1. Wherever I have written 1, it will become 2. Same way here, y2 dash is equal to y1 h by 2 f of x1 y1 and x2 y2. Here also y1 plus h by 2 f of x1 y1 and x2 y2 dash. So this is how you have to modify the results, and stages we will pick up as per the given thing. Right? So now let us start with this first question. Okay. So now look at this question. Now clearly if you make your table, okay, I'll make the table so that it will be more clear to you. Okay. You can also make this table in exam to avoid the mistakes. So x0 is 0, y0 is equal to 2. See, x0 is not 0. What is given? Y is 2 at x is equal to 1. So x0 is 1. Okay. Now you have to find out x1 depending upon what is h. H is 0.2. So this will become 1.2. And x2 will become 1.4. Since they have asked me to find out the value here, so I have to make the table till x2. So my target is find out y1, my target is to find out y2, and obviously I have to modify my both the results. Okay, so I will be modifying it twice, or also if it is not mentioned, if you are modifying it once, that is okay. Okay, so now what we are going to do in this case, since the question will be lengthy, you are doing 2 stage. So even if you do 1 modification, it is perfectly okay. And even if you are doing 3 modification, it is perfectly okay. Remember one thing, when you are doing the modifications, you are using calculator, and in calculator only one value you have to change. So I will suggest you to quickly use the calculator, last number you change and do the modification to get the best answer. Okay. So now let us start. First stage I will do. So now when I am doing first stage, what is my x0 value? 1. What is my y0 value? 2. What is my function value? It is 1 plus y by x. Okay. Now apply the formula. What is my Euler's formula? So y1 is equal to y0 plus h f of x0 y0. So let us put the value. What is the value of y0? y0 is 2. So 2 plus h. h is 0.2. Now value of function at x0 y0 means in this function, in place of x and y, you will put x0 and y0. So 1 plus y0, that is 2, upon x0, that is 1. Right? So this will become 3. 3 into 0.2 is 0.6 and 2 plus 0.6 is 2.6. Right? So this is my y1 value. This y1 value will go here. Right? Now my target is to modify it. So I will do first modification. Okay. Modification 1, when I will do, the formula will be y1 is equal to y0 plus h by 2 in bracket f of x0 y0 plus f of x1 y1. Okay. Now what is y0? 2 plus 0.2 upon 2. Value of function at x0 y0 is 1 plus 2 by 1 plus value of function at x1 y1. So here be very careful. Many students do mistake here. So 1 plus y1. What is y1? y1 is 2.6. So 2.6 upon x1. What is x1? 1.2. Right. So when you substitute these values here, what you will get, use your calculator and substitute the value, you will get 2.6167, which is your first modification, right? So 2.6167. Now modify it again. Now see, when I am doing here, this is first modification. Now I am doing the second modification. So 2 plus 0.2 by 2, it is already in your calculator, so no need to do again and again. Plus 2 by 1 plus 1 plus. Okay. So only this y value I have to change. In place of 2.6, now I will put 2.6167 upon 1.2. This remains same. Everything remains same. Only this y value is changing. Right. So now when you solve this, you will get y1 double dash is equal to 2.6181. So this is my final value of y1. Right. So my modified value of y1 is 2.6181. 2.6181. Right. Now I will go to the second stage. So when you are doing second stage, what is your x1? x1 is equal to 1.2. y1 is equal to 2.6181. Obviously function remains same. So what is the formula now? y2 is equal to y1 plus h f of x1 y1. So I'll substitute. y1 is 2.6181 plus 0.2, 1 plus 2.6181 upon what is x1? 1.2. Right? So this will give me value of y2. Now your y2 value, when I am doing, so y2 value, when you solve it, use your calculator, you will get it 3.27. Okay. So how much y2 value you are getting? You are getting, use your calculator, calculate. I am getting 3.2546. Okay, but this is a raw value. I need to modify this value. Okay, so how I will modify? So I will do the first modification. So first modification will be y2 dash is equal to y1 plus h by 2 f of x1 y1 plus f of x2 y2. Right? So now substitute the value. So y2 dash is equal to y1. So what was the y1 when I started stage 2? y1 is 2.6181 plus 0.2 upon 2. Then f of x1 y1 means 1 plus 2.6181 upon 1.2 plus 1 plus y2 upon x2. Right? Now what is y2? y2 is the value which you have got by Euler's formula here. So what is your y2? See here, it is 3.2546. 3.2546 upon 1.4. Right? So this will give me the first modification, and my first modification value is 3.2689. Right? Now, in the same formula, I will do y2 double dash. Means everything will remain same. Only in place of this 3.2546, I will substitute my modified value, which is 3.2689. So that will give me 3.2699. And this will be my final answer. Please understand, when you are doing for x0 and y0, you are getting y1. Same way when you are doing for x1 and y1, you are getting y2, which was my required answer. So this was the raw value and I modified it. So my final answer will be 3.2699. So my final answer is 3.2699. Okay. Now let's do one more question. So it is lengthy, but it is not difficult. If you observe, steps are more. But same formula I am repeating. Correct? So now let us try the next question, where I have to find out y when x is equal to 0.2 and the function given is 3x plus y by 2 and y0 is 1 and h is equal to 0.2. Right? So now observe first what is given. So what is given? x0 is equal to 0, y0 is equal to 1, h is equal to 0.1. So I have to find out y at 0.2, means again it will go to 2 stages, right? So when I am doing for 2 stages, you can make the table x, y, y dash and y double dash. So x0 is equal to 0, y0 is equal to 1, x1 is equal to 0.1, x2 is equal to 0.2, right? So we will be filling up this table, right? So now let us start with the first stage. So when I am starting with the first stage, so what will be the first thing I have to do? I have to apply the Euler's formula. What is the Euler's formula? y1 is equal to y0 plus h f of x0 y0. So apply the formula. So 1 plus h, value of the function at x0 y0. What is the function? 3x plus y by 2. So 3x0 plus 1 by 2, right? So I got 0.1, 0.5. 0.1 into 0.5 I'll do, and then I'll add 1 to it, which will give me 1.05, right? So this is the value of y1. But as I said, this value I have to modify. So I'll do first modification, right? First modification is y1 dash is equal to y0 plus h by 2 in bracket f of x0 y0 plus f of x1 y1. Close the bracket. So y1 dash is equal to y0. What is y0? 1 plus 0.1 upon 2. Then 3 into 0 plus 1 by 2 plus 3x1. Now x1 is 0.1, right? So 3 into 0.1 plus y by 2, y1 by 2. So 1.05 by 2. Now solve this. When you solve this, take your calculator and simplify this. You will get 1.06625. Right? So this value I will substitute here. y1 dash is equal to 1.06625. Again I will modify it. When I am doing the second modification, it will be 1 plus 0.1 by 2. See, it is exactly same. 3 into 0 plus 1 by 2 plus 3 into 0.1 plus. Now here, only in place of 1.05, 1.06625 by 2 I will write. Correct? That will give me y1 double dash is equal to 1.06625. Usually it will be all same, little bit difference in decimal place will come. 667 will come. Okay, when you modify it will come 667. Now, this is 667 by mistake I wrote 25. So see, up to 3 decimal it is same, 4 decimal is changing. Now I will do, this is the second modification. Now I should do the second stage. First stage is over. So my final value of y1 is this. Okay. Now let's move to the second stage. Now when I am doing second stage, what I will write? I will write first x1, which is 0.1, and y1, which is 1.0667. Okay. Now apply the Euler's formula. What is the Euler's formula? y2 is equal to y1 plus h f of x1 y1. So put the value. y2 is equal to 1.0667 plus 0.1, and x1 y1 means what is the function here? Our simple function is 3x plus y by 2. So 3x, x is 0.1 plus y. What is y here? 1.0667 upon 2. Right? So this will give me the value of y2. Right? If you calculate, you will get y2 is equal to 1.15. Right? So in my table, if I go, so 1.15. Now my target is to modify this value. So I'll do first modification. Right? So first modification, when I do y2 dash is equal to y1 plus h by 2 in bracket f of x1 y1 plus f of x2 y2. Right? So what is y1? y1 is 1.0667. See, don't randomly take the value. Just observe what is your y1, then only take. Here students do a lot of silly mistakes. Okay. So 0.1 by 2. Now f of x1 y1. So my function is 3x plus 1 y by 2. So 3.1 plus y1 by 2. So what is y1? 1.0667 by 2 plus 3 into 0.2 plus 1.15 upon 2. Right? So when you solve this, you will get y2 dash value. So y2 dash value will be, substitute here, when you find out this modification value, it will be 1.61671. Once more, when you modify, you will get y1 double dash is equal to 1.1676. And this will be my final answer. So my final answer for this question will be that at x is equal to 0.2, y value is equal to 1.1676. This is the answer. Easy? Method is easy, only steps are more. That too when it is two stage. When it is a one stage question, steps are less only. Okay, now next question is also two stage question. So let me start. Now I will suggest all of you to pause the video, do it yourself, and then you check the values. Okay. So now let us start. I'll make the table for your reference. If you are okay without table, there is no hard and fast rule that you have to make. But I personally feel that if you do the table, there will be no mistakes. So x0 here is equal to 0, y0 is 1, and always write what is the value. Okay. Your x1 is equal to 0.1 because h is 0.1. Your y1 is something you have to find out. Then y1 dash you have to find out. And then y1 double dash you have to find out. Same way, x2 is 0.2 where you need to find out the answer. y2 you need to figure out. y2 dash you need to figure out. And y2 double dash you need to figure out. So I'll start here. First I'll apply the Euler's formula. First stage. So Euler's formula is y1 is equal to y0 plus h f of x0 y0. So what is y0? y0 is 1 plus h. What is h? 0.1. Then value of function at x0 y0. What is the function? X minus y square. So x0 is 0. So 0 minus 1 square. Correct? So it will become minus 1 into 0.1, that is minus 0.1. And 1 minus 0.1 you will do. So you will get the value of y1. So use your calculator and tell me what is the value of your y1. So you will observe it is 0.9. Okay, 1 minus 0.1 here it will come. So 0.9 will come here. Now when I will do the first modification, so y1 dash is equal to y0 plus h by 2 f of x0 y0 plus f of x1 y1. Correct? Put the value. So what is your y0 value? y0 is 1 plus 0.1 by 2. Then 0 minus 1 square plus x1. What is x1? 0.1. So 0.1 minus y1. What is y1? 0.9. So 0.9 square. Correct? So now when you substitute this value here, so how much you will get here? You are modifying the result, right? So your modified result will be 0.9145. So this value you substitute here, 0.9145. I have left very less space, no issues. Once more you modify, once more when you are modifying, what will come? 1 plus 0.1 upon 2, 0 minus 1 square plus 0.1 minus, instead of 0.9 you will put this new value. Correct? And this will give you 0.9132. Okay, so this is my final value of y1. Now I'll go to second stage. In second stage, I am going to find out the value of y2, which is y1 plus h f of x1 y1. So substitute the value. y2 is equal to y1. What is y1? 0.9132 plus 0.1. Value of the function at x1 y1. So x1 is 0.1 minus 0.9132 square. Correct? So this will give me the value of y2. Right? So what is the value of y2? 0.8399, which you substitute here. 0.8399. Correct? Now you go to the first modification. So first modification when you will do, so y2 dash is equal to y1 plus h by 2 f of x1 y1 plus f of x2 y2. Put the values. So y1 is equal to how much? Whenever you get confused, go to the table and check. 0.9132 plus 0.1 upon 2. F of x1 y1. So x1 is 0.1 minus 0.9132 square. Correct? Remember, this will be treated as the value y1, final value of y1. Okay. Then plus f of x2 y2. So plus, what is x2? x2 is 0.2. So 0.2 minus what is y2? y2 is a value which you just now obtained. So 0.8399 square. So this will give me a new value of y2, that is y2 dash, which is a modified value. Right? So what is a modified value here? Write down the value here. So it will be using your calculator. You simplify it, you will get 0.8513. 0.8513. Now once again you modify, you will get 0.8504. Right? Once again when you are modifying, how it will come? 0.9132 plus 0.1 upon 2. 0.1 minus 0.9132 square plus 0.2 minus, here you should put the new value. Right? So what was the new value? 0.8513. So 0.8513 square. Correct? So this will give me the second modified value, which is 0.8504, which is my final answer. So I can write down answer at x is equal to 0.2, y is equal to 0.8504. Correct? So I hope now the method is very clear to you. Let us see few more questions. Let's come to this. Now, using Euler's method, find y of 20.2 and y of 20.4 given this. Okay. So again make the table x, y, y dash and y double dash. So x0 is equal to, if you observe the question, this is the initial condition given. So this is x0 and this is your y0. Right. So you write 20 and y0 is equal to 5. Right. Now, let us start the work. What is your x1? x1 is 20.2. x2 is 20.4. You have to find out y1, you have to find out y2, and every time you need to modify your results. Correct? Now, first stage, apply Euler's formula. Euler's formula is y1 is equal to y0 plus h f of x0 y0. Right? So what is y0? y0 is 5 plus 0.2 value of function at x0 y0. So log, remember it is base 10. So be careful by using the calculator. Right? So what is the value of x0? x0 is 20. What is the value of y0? 5. So when you solve this value, you will get the value of y1. But remember that this value of y1 is your raw value. Correct? This value of raw one, this will be your raw value. So your value will be, use your calculator and calculate, it is 0.4. Correct? Now modify the result. y1 is equal to y0 plus h by 2 f of x0 y0 plus f of x1 y1. Right? So what is y0? y0 is 5 plus 0.2 upon 2. Now here log of x0 by y0 means 20 by 5 plus log of x1 by y1. So what is x1? 20.2. What is y1? 5.1204. Correct? Now you solve this and you will get the value 5.119. As I always say, pause your video and try to do it yourself and check the answer. Okay, then go to the second stage and repeat the same process. So now when using the second stage and the same data and the same formulas, you will calculate, you will get y2 is equal to 5.239. This is the final value of y1. Okay, then you will modify this value and you will get the answer for y2 dash, that is the first modified value, which will be 5.2384. Once again, when you will modify, you will get 5.2385. So your answer will be here 5.2385. Okay, so the method is very easy. You just have to practice. It takes little time, but it's very easy method. Now look at the another question. Now again, I'll not solve this question completely. Don't get confused by this mod value. Mod value means absolute value. If negative comes, you make it positive, that's it. But in this question, negative will not come. The function is created like in such a way that you won't get the negative value, right? So now all of you should solve this question. I'll just write down the values so that you can cross check your answers. Okay, so x0 in this question is equal to 0. Okay, and y0 is equal to 1. Now x1 is equal to, they are asking me to find out y in this range and h is equal to 0.2. So x1 is 0.2, right? So you use the Euler's formula to get the value of y1, which you will get as 1.2. Then modify this value. When you will modify this value, you will get 1.2295. One more time, when you modify this value, you will get 1.2309. So this will be my final value of y1. Oh, I wrote it a wrong place. No, correct only. Right? Then you find out x2 and you have to find out corresponding y2. So 0.4. So see the whole range I am covering. I reached to 0.4 now. Right? So apply the Euler's formula again, and when you apply the Euler's formula, you will get 1.4928. Modify it once. So you will get 1.524. And once more when you modify, you will get 1.5254. So this will be your final answer. So you can say answer is equal to, at x is equal to 0.4, y value is equal to 1.5254. I hope there is no confusion regarding this. Okay, so this is how you have to do the question. See one more question. In previous question I gave x minus y square. Now it is x square plus y. H value is 0.05. So how the table will go? X, y, y dash and y double dash. Okay, so x0 value is 0 here. Y0 value is equal to 1. Now x1 is equal to 0.05 and y1, when you apply the Euler's formula, so you will get your y1 value is 1.05. When you modify this value, you will get y1 dash is 1.0513. Once more, when you modify this, you will get the value as 1.0513. 1.0513. Most of the time, very minute change will be there in second modification. And then x2 is equal to 0.1 and y2, when you will solve, you will get 1.104. Okay, then you will modify this value. So y2 dash will be 1.1055 and y2 dash will be, double dash will be 1.1055. So your final answer will be, answer at x is equal to 0.1, y is equal to 1.1055. Right? This is how you have to do the questions. Okay. Let's see the next question now. Okay. Now this question, it looks scary, but it is not basically, because here I have given like this. So what you have to do, first convert it into a normal differential equation. So this will become dy by dx is equal to 1 by x square minus y by x. If you want to write the simpler form, take the LCM. LCM will be x square and it will become 1 minus xy. So here my function value is equal to 1 minus xy upon x square. That's it. Remaining all is same. So make the table again x, y, y dash, y double dash. So what is the x0 value here? X0 value is 1 and y0 value is equal to 1. Right? You have to find out at 1.1. So they have not mentioned any h. So what you can do smartly, if you take h is equal to 0.1, in one stage only you will get the answer. So x1 is equal to 1.1. So y1 you have to find out. So now when you substitute the value here and you get the value of, you will apply the Euler's formula, you will get the value of y1. And when you solve, this will be 1. Let me show you. See, y1 is equal to y0 plus h f of x0 y0. Okay. So now put the value. What is y0? 1 plus 0.1. Now the value of function at x0 y0. So 1 minus 1 into 1. 1 into 1 upon x square. X square is 1 square. Correct? Right? So this is how I will find out the value of first term, that is my y1. So this will be equal to 1. See, if you calculate, this is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 into 0.1 is 0. So this term becomes 0. So I am left with only 1. So y1 value is 1. Now let us modify it. So y1 dash is equal to y0 plus h by 2 f of x0 y0 plus f of x1 y1. Correct? Now put the value. What is the value of y0? y0 is 1 plus 0.1 upon 2. Now f of x0 y0 means what? 1 minus 1 into 1, I will put into upon 1 square, plus f of x1 y1 means what? 1 minus x1 into y1. So 1.1 into 1. Okay, upon x square. Oh, it is, and I think, check the function, it is below this whole thing. Okay, here it was 1, so it has not affected the answer, but here it will affect, right? So upon x square, so 1.1 ka square. Right, here also it should come like this. So now when you modify this answer, how much you will get? This will be equal to 0.9959. Now again you modify the answer, you will get the same answer. Okay, so only when you are doing the modification, where you will change, only this last value will change. In place of 1, which was the value of y1, y1 dash will come. So this will be 1 plus 0.1 upon 2, 1 minus 1 upon 1 square, plus 1 minus 1.1, 0.9959 upon 1.1 ka square. Right? So this will give you 0.99605. So your final answer will be, answer is equal to 0.99605. Okay. So this is how you have to do the questions. I hope all of you understood how to do Euler's modified value. In my next video, I will do RK method, that is Rangikuta method of order 4. So subscribe my channel, share my channel. When you subscribe it, you will get the notification the moment I will upload the video. I hope you like it. If you need any other topic which I have not uploaded till now, text me in YouTube. I'll upload the topic soon. Thank you.